Well, just as they fixed it, it's no longer working again. Tesla did the 2022.40.1 is what I was on. And my high beams would work great. And I was like, oh, this is really nice. Like, I'm glad they finally fixed it. And then I updated last night to 2022.40.4, and now they're just up, down, up, down, up, down. I've actually got them off now because they won't stay up. Anyway, I wanted to give you guys a little, like, update of what's going on. I'm driving the Y, by the way, because I wanted to. Gotta go to Denny's to get some breakfast because I went to bed super early, and so I got up super early. And, yeah. Let's see. Now, if I put it in autopilot, this one will force me to do auto high beam. So let's wait till this truck goes by so I can, and then kill it. There we go. I killed it. So they never actually came up anyway. All good. So I've talked about possibly buying, new tires for my Model X, because it's running summer tires and it's currently 20 degrees outside, so that's kind of why I'm not driving it. I don't really want to drive it in these extreme temperatures. I call them extreme. A lot of people be like, oh, we're north of the United States, we get negative 43 billion, so, okay, cool. But I don't want to drive it below like 30, because, not good on the tire, not good for traction. There's a lot of reasons. So I'm not driving the X for that reason, and I had considered buying all-season tires for the X, because it came with summer tires, and it's like, I don't like to get close to these trucks, so I move over. Anyway, I considered buying them. I didn't, and I'm kind of glad I didn't now, because last night I got an email from Rivian wanting me to confirm my reservation. Usually that starts the process. Like, you do that and they start building it. So it could be, it could be a week, it could be 3 weeks, it may be a month. We don't really know at this point. But there's a catch. A slightly big catch. So to get the Rivian at my house or at a local Rivian delivery center, which is 6 hours away in Richmond, Virginia, it wouldn't have came. The only way that I would have gotten it as early as I got it was to agree. Oh, we don't want to move right now. That's cool. Nope. Does not want to move right. Oh, now it's going, and it's hitting the brakes. Okay, cool. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, I had to agree to go to Normal, Illinois and pick it up. And I was like, you know what? That's not a problem, because because before being broke, I had the money, and I was like, oh, that's nothing. I'll go to Illinois and pick it up. That's not a problem. Yeah, it's not impossible now. It's just I have to figure out what's the best way to do it. So obviously, like I said, trading in the X to get the Rivian, told you guys that before, I have to figure out what's the best way to do it. I may find that I will get more at a local dealer versus taking it all the way to Normal, Illinois to trade it in on the Rivian. However, I have to get a certain amount more, because the taxes on the Rivian will be a thing if I don't trade something in. The way it works here is if you trade in a car on another car and it takes care of the amount of the new car, then you don't pay any sales tax on the transaction. Now, you still have to pay like registration and all that, but that's a different story. So I think the difference, I figured it up, is like $2,400. So if I can get $2,400 more for my X locally than I can taking it to Normal, Illinois to trade it in, that's probably a better route. Then we have to think, well, how am I going to get the Rivian home? So some options are, if I trade the X in on the Rivian in Normal, Illinois, I could drive the X to Normal and trade it and drive the Rivian back. That's a viable option. Option number 2, if I trade the Rivian local because I can end up getting more money, that's TBD at this point. But if I trade it in local, I have to then go to Normal, Illinois to drive the Rivian back home. So that would be a flight. And I looked at flights. They're about $600, so it's not crazy expensive. I mean, that's expensive, but, you know, considering what they have been, it's not that bad. And it would be cheaper than option number 3. I lost count. Option number 3, we'll call this 3A because this is contingent that I sell the car local, is to drive my dually and trailer to Normal, pick up the Rivian and tow it back home, and it would basically get home with like 2 miles on it or whatever it delivered to me with. So that's a pretty good option just because, you know, I get it with no miles. That's cool. Then again, who really cares about miles? Like, I'm buying it to use it and enjoy it and drive it, and I'll probably be driving it to work, which is 40 miles each way when I go back to Enterprise. So yeah. And then option number 4 would be to tow the Tesla to Normal, trade it in, tow the Rivian back. This is the entire trip with my truck and trailer. And that's definitely an option, but probably not the best option. I mean, I did the math, and I'm looking at $650 to $700 in diesel towing. So, you know, that would be kind of an expensive trip. So yeah, those are just some options. We're waiting to hear back from Rivian to see, you know, what's next. When do we actually pick it up? And, you know, where do we go from here? I think it'll be fun. I did not expect it this soon, but nonetheless, I am happy. I'm ready to get rid of the Tesla. I mean, the Model X has been a great car. I've had no problems with it. But, yeah. Okay, let's go to Denny's.